What is up, YouTube? How are y'all doing? Like I said, I'm not going to mention my name because I know everybody knows who I am. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about, why most horror movies, that we get nowadays, or why horror movies are no longer good anymore. And there are so many reasons why most of these modern day horror movies are bad. I can probably only give like two reasons. First of all, terrible acting, dude. You know, the acting in most of these modern day horror movies are just boring, and just lazy, dude. Just lazy acting, man. Um, second thing, terrible story, dude. Terrible story, terrible taste, terrible everything about these horror movies, dude. Dude, it's almost like the same thing with most of these horror games, with most of these survival horror games. They have terrible story, but this is not the story I'm talking about. But I feel like in horror movies, the story is just absolutely awful, dude. It makes no sense at all. And and another thing, they're making too many horror movies out of kids cartoons, dude. I mean, just look what they done to the Banana Splits, dude. Like, why would they turn that into a horror movie, dude? Come on, man. The Banana Splits used to be friendly, animals, from the late '60s, dude. Tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la. Like, come on, dude. And Warner Brothers just came along. They just decided to make a horror movie out of that cartoon, dude. Shame on them, dude. Shame on Warner Brothers, dude. And now they're doing the same thing. Now these horror movie industries, now they're doing the same thing with Winnie the Pooh, man. For real, dude. They're just trying to ruin, our childhood, dude. They want to ruin our childhood, man. And that's just sad, dude. Most of these cartoons nowadays are just getting turned into horror movies, dude. Because these film industries have nothing better to do. And you can see, man, they're the reason why we don't get good horror movies anymore, dude. They're the people who killed Hollywood, man. There's no doubt about it. And also, we get too many terrible sequels. Terrible sequels on these horror movies, dude. Like, dude, sequels haven't been good since like back in the back in the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, even the 70s and 60s, dude. Has some good sequels, dude. But now most of these sequels are just pathetic and boring, dude. Too many, you know, like yeah, like what's a horror movie that was just terrible, dude? Probably like Halloween Ends, and then Halloween Kills, dude, which is like one of the worst two Halloween movies ever, dude. And what's another one? That was probably like The Conjuring, dude. Just so many terrible movies. And then you got like fucking movies like the reboot, the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, dude. I think that was like one of the worst reboots I've ever seen. One of the worst reboots of Nightmare on Elm Street I ever seen, dude. Like no Robert Englund, no Johnny Depp, no nothing, dude. Doesn't even take concept of the original 1984 film, dude. It really doesn't. And this is why I prefer the original version from 1984 over the crappy 2010 version, because I feel like in that version, the reason why I hate that, because I feel like they're using technology in that one, dude. They have the technology and shit, for the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street movie, dude. It's just terrible. But yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing as well why most of these horror movies suck, dude, because they're just turning them into reboots and shit. And, not because they, like I said before, there's because they're just doing it for the money, dude. That's all I can say. They're just doing it for money, dude. That's all I can truly say. It's just nothing but a money grab. But yeah, in some cases, most horror movies, most of these modern day horror movies suck, dude. Because pretty much everything, dude. But you had so many good horror movies like fucking Hatchet, dude, from 2006. I think that's a good horror movie, dude. Starring Victor Kraut. I mean, starring Kane Hodder, dude. Man, like that's the man, dude. Kane Hodder, he's the man, dude, who plays Jason Voorhees in the old Friday the 13th films, dude. He plays Victor Crowley in the Hatchet film, dude. That's pretty dope. But yeah, I think that's a good movie. Over these modern day movies we get today, man. But yeah, but I think that's all I want to say about in terms of why horror movies are just bad at its finest. Even though I'm not good at explaining things sometimes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all soon. And I hope you all have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Love each and every one of y'all, and I'll see you all soon. Peace, people, and have a good night.